Hi everyone, welcome to Brown Girls Happy Hour. And this is the first time that we are going live to make cocktails with you. I'm just going to wait for Zaman to join and then we can start. Oh, great, she's joined.
Hey Kathy,
Hi Zaman, how are you?
good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm a little bit nervous, but
That's all right. Welcome everyone to our first ever live happy hour. And today we are gonna make Vermouth Bader Ginsburg, which is a drink inspired by RBG, and we have decided to honor her today and her life's work, which she has done so much from our women's rights to LGBTQ rights, and she has just uplifted us as a community.
yeah. And let's get right into the cocktail recipe. So, to make this cocktail, you would need some gin, some vermouth, and one olive. Now, I don't have vermouth, so I'm going to be using red wine. But let's go ahead and make the cocktail. Oh,
Yeah,
I love your glass.
thank you. I just buy things which I don't need. Okay, so
Okay.
we are gonna have 3 ounces of gin, which is a lot in this glass.
Oh,
And then we have 1 ounce of vermouth. Oh, I like the color.
yeah.
And then we'll add olive to it.
I don't have olive. Okay,
Cheers.
cheers. Cheers. Oh, wow. This is strong.
Well, it is fitting, like given the women it's inspired from, right? Like
Yeah,
are
well, that's
so
true.
strong, so this has to be.
Yeah, I agree. Oh my God, it's burning my throat.
You know. Um, for our viewers, if you don't know who RBG is, I have a question for you. Where have you been?
That's a good question. Yeah, because I think, and if you don't know who RBG is, let us, inform you who she was and what all she did. So I think the first thing that comes to my mind is that she was the first ever woman to be in the Harvard Law Review. Can you imagine that? Like
No,
in,
I can't. Like, to be in big rooms full of men, just to be one. And she was like a tiny, petite woman, right? So
yeah,
just thinking of it gives me like so much,
I know,
respect for her.
I agree. And like, I am one of those women who find themselves in, big rooms full of men. And I feel so intimidated. But now I think when, I find myself getting intimidated by that, I'm going to get inspired by RPG for
Yeah,
sure.
have like a quote or a photo of her for inspiration on your computer. There are no desks anymore. I was gonna say a desk, but now it's just laptops.
Yeah.
And she was also the second ever female to be a Supreme Court justice. I think that's amazing.
Wow. I know. This is so inspiring. And
Yeah, she has
um
just made history and such positive history. Like we know people who abuse power, but she has used her power to do so much good. Like she worked so hard for women's rights. She worked so hard to get equality into the system.
yes. And okay, so talking about equality, another thing that she did was she inspired Barack Obama to bring about the Fair Pay Act. And Fair Pay Act is basically, it what should I say? Like it puts the companies in the position, or like, it compels companies to redouble their efforts into ensuring that everyone, including minorities, LGBTQ, women, all of them get equal pay at workplaces.
And
And
that's so
that is,
important. Like
yeah,
why should minorities be held behind? But they have always been this way. Like, they don't get the same privileges. And in a way, I think we are also still privileged. Like, we have gotten some rights to be in the place where we are, and which we probably take for granted. Like, for example, even things like we can get a mortgage without our husband, like his
Wow.
permission or his name, or we can open a bank account without a male co-signer. These are things RBG got us.
That's amazing, right? Like, can you imagine all the things that we take for granted today was done by her? Like, she fought
And
for it. She worked so hard for it.
yeah, so much respect for this.
I
And
agree.
there's also a cool fact about her which I love, that she was the first ever Supreme Justice to officiate a same-sex marriage.
Oh, wow. Oh, no, I wanted to be the first ever Supreme Court justice to officiate a same-sex marriage.
Um, I think that ship has sailed.
I know.
Maybe you can try to be like the second, third,
Maybe 50,000, I don't know.
or you can go to a new country where same-sex marriages are not legal yet. You can do the work for it, and then you can be the first one to do this.
I agree. Probably I should get someone, same-sex marriage, officiate a same-sex marriage in India. Like that could be something.
You might have to become like a priestess for that.
Damn it, so many rules. But talking about RBG, she has given so many interviews, and the things she say during the interviews have become like inspiring quotes, right? So I wanted to ask you, what is your, the quote that inspires you from RBG?
There are so many. Like, she has said so many meaningful, important things. But I think one that I love the most is probably around equality, where she says women belong in all the places where important decisions are being made. And I think that's so important.
Yeah, that's true. And I feel like it's such a simple thing to say, but it brings so many years of, not having like women being pushed into like being non-equals. Like it brings so much into perspective, like such a simple
Yeah,
sentence.
and so much systemic change has to happen for that to be possible.
Yeah,
It
agree.
sounds like a simple statement, but it's like a transformation that is needed.
Yeah, that's true. And
Which one is yours on that note?
yes, so I asked the question and I was prepared. So I wrote it down. My favorite quote was, "My mother told me to be a lady, and for her, that meant be your own person, be independent."
Wow.
That is, I know.
I'm
That like,
amazed by her mom.
I know, right? And that like breaks so many stereotypes of being a lady.
Yeah,
I know.
that's amazing. I love it.
Yeah, me too. So I think if you liked our conversations, hope you learned something about RBG today and hope you love this, cocktail recipe that we made. And if you
And
liked it,
join us in like honoring RPG. Like, make this cocktail, tag us. We would love to see your cocktails. And
yes,
hope you enjoy.
hope you enjoy it. Cheers.
Cheers.